Picture this. You walk into your living room, the soothing sounds of Enya playing softly in the background. Suddenly, you notice something's amiss. Your favorite potted peace lily, once proudly perched on its stand, is now a casualty of feline curiosity, soil scattered like confetti across the floor. And your cat? He's lounging nearby, nonchalantly grooming his tail as if nothing happened. Sound familiar? We've all been there. Cats are notorious for their mischievous streaks. Whether it's scaling bookshelves, batting at forbidden baubles, or leaving a gift of a dead lizard on your pillow, they have a knack for testing boundaries. But what happens when they're caught red-pawed? The jig is up. You've discovered the evidence of your cat's latest escapade. Perhaps you let out a gasp of dismay or utter a stern, "Bad kitty." Now, your feline friend is on the spot. Their reaction might range from a flick of the tail and a nonchalant saunter away to a wide-eyed freeze, caught in the act. Some cats might even try to play it cool by pretending to be deeply engrossed in something else like a speck of dust on the wall. But here's the thing, your cat's reaction might not be what you think. While it's easy to interpret their behavior as guilt or defiance, it's important to remember that cats don't experience these emotions in the same way humans do. This is where things get tricky. Cats are complex creatures with a sophisticated social structure, especially when living in groups. They communicate through a nuanced language of meows, purrs, hisses, and body language. However, the concept of sorry as humans understand it, with its implications of guilt, remorse, and a desire to make amends, is likely beyond their grasp. Cats live in the moment. Their primary focus is on survival and well-being. When they engage in behaviors we perceive as bad, they're often acting on instinct, like scratching to mark territory or chasing a moving object that triggers their hunting drive. They aren't deliberately trying to upset us. So if cats don't understand sorry, does that mean they never feel remorse or try to make amends? It's a common misconception that cats are aloof and indifferent to their actions, but the truth is, they have their own unique ways of communicating and showing their feelings. Not necessarily. While they might not experience guilt in the same way we do, cats are highly intelligent and attuned to their human companions. They have a keen sense of their environment and the emotions of those around them. They pick up on cues, learn from experience, and adapt their behavior accordingly. This means that even if they don't feel guilt, they can still recognize when they've upset you and try to make things right in their own way. Here are some telltale signs your cat might be trying to apologize or, at the very least, smooth things over after a perceived transgression. These behaviors are their way of communicating and maintaining harmony in their relationship with you. The slow blink. This is the feline equivalent of a hug. It's a subtle yet powerful gesture that signifies trust and affection. When your cat slowly closes and opens their eyes while looking at you, it's a sign of trust and affection. This slow blink is their way of saying, "I feel safe with you." It can also be their way of saying, "Hey, everything's cool between us, right?" This simple gesture can go a long way in reaffirming your bond. Head bunting. This is when your cat gently rubs their head against you, often accompanied by a soft chirp or purr. It's a behavior that signifies affection and a desire to be close to you. It's their way of marking you with their scent, a sign of affection and affiliation. By doing this, they are essentially saying, "You belong to me and I belong to you." After a mishap, this can be their way of saying, "We're good, right?" It's a gentle reminder that they care about you and want to maintain a positive relationship. Bringing you gifts. Okay, so this one might not always feel like an apology, especially if the gift is a dead cockroach. But in the feline world, offering prey is a sign of trust and love. Your cat is sharing their bounty with you, even if the thought makes you squeamish. It's their way of showing that they care and want to provide for you. Your cat is sharing their bounty with you, even if the thought makes you squeamish. It's a gesture that says, "I value you and want to share my success with you." Extra cuddles and affection. Some cats become extra cuddly after a scolding. They might seek out your attention more than usual, looking for reassurance and comfort. They might rub against your legs, weave between your feet, or even jump on your lap for some purr therapy. This behavior is their way of seeking reassurance and reaffirming the bond they share with you. By being close to you, they are expressing their need for comfort and their desire to make things right. So the next time your cat exhibits these behaviors, remember that they might just be saying, "my bad," in their own special way. Feline feelings. Can cats empathize with human frustration? This is a topic of ongoing debate among animal behaviorists. The question of whether cats can truly empathize with human emotions, particularly frustration, has intrigued scientists and pet owners alike for years. Some argue that cats are capable of a basic form of empathy, meaning they can sense and react to human emotions. This form of empathy might not be as complex as human empathy, but it suggests a level of emotional intelligence that is quite fascinating. They might not fully understand what you're feeling, but they can pick up on your tone of voice, facial expressions, and body language. These subtle cues can inform them about your emotional state, even if they don't grasp the full context. For example, if you're feeling stressed or upset, your cat might pick up on these cues and become more withdrawn or clingy. This behavior can be seen as a form of emotional mirroring, where the cat's actions reflect the owner's mood. They might even try to comfort you by rubbing against you or purring. These actions are not just random, they are often deliberate attempts to provide comfort and reassurance. Whether this behavior is driven by genuine empathy or simply a learned response to your emotional state is still up for debate. Some experts believe that cats learn to associate certain human behaviors with specific outcomes, such as receiving attention or food. However, it's clear that cats are highly attuned to their owners and adapt their behavior accordingly. This adaptability is a testament to their intelligence and their ability to form strong bonds with humans. They learn what makes us tick, both the good and the bad. Over time, they become adept at reading our moods and adjusting their behavior to fit the situation. And while they might not always make the right choices, at least from our human perspective, they're often trying their best to navigate the complexities of interspecies communication. This ongoing interaction between cats and humans continues to be a rich field of study, offering insights into the emotional lives of our feline friends. From aloof Persians who often seem to be lost in their own world, to cuddly ragdolls who are known for their affectionate nature and tendency to follow their owners around like a shadow, breed quirks and apologies. Just like humans, cats have unique personalities. Each cat is a little universe of its own, with quirks and traits that make them special. Some are naturally more affectionate and eager to please than others. They might nuzzle you, purr loudly, or follow you from room to room, always seeking your attention and approval. Breed can play a role in this, but individual temperament is always a factor. While certain breeds have general characteristics, each cat's personality is shaped by their experiences and environment. For example, ragdoll cats are known for being exceptionally docile, affectionate, and even dog-like in their desire to please their humans. They often go limp when you pick them up, hence the name ragdoll. They might be more likely to shower you with cuddles and head bunts after a mishap, almost as if to say, "Please don't be mad." Their gentle nature makes them perfect companions for those who love a lap cat. On the other hand, a more independent breed like a Siamese might be more likely to offer a nonchalant tail flick and saunter away, as if to say, "Whatever." Their vocal and assertive nature often means they have no problem letting you know exactly how they feel. But remember, these are just generalizations. Each cat is a unique individual with its own set of behaviors and preferences. Every cat is an individual, and their way of interacting with you will be unique to their personality and your relationship. Whether they are aloof or affectionate, each cat brings something special to the table, making the bond you share truly one of a kind. Accepting the apology: how to respond to a remorseful kitty. So, your cat has just knocked over your favorite houseplant and now they're rubbing against your legs and purring like a furry motor. What's the best way to respond? First and foremost, avoid harsh punishments. Yelling, hitting, or using physical force will only frighten and confuse your cat. They won't understand why they're being punished, and it could damage your bond. Instead, focus on positive reinforcement. When your cat displays behavior you want to encourage, like rubbing against you or giving you a slow blink, reward them with praise, gentle petting, or even a treat. This will help them associate those positive actions with good things and make them more likely to repeat them in the future. Building a stronger bond, forgiveness, and the future of your friendship. Remember, your cat isn't trying to be bad. They're simply acting on instinct and trying to navigate the world in the way that comes naturally to them. By understanding their behavior, responding with patience and compassion, and focusing on positive reinforcement, you can build a stronger, more trusting relationship with your feline companion. So, the next time you find yourself facing the aftermath of a feline-induced disaster, take a deep breath, remember that they are not deliberately trying to push your buttons, and look for those subtle signs of apology. You might be surprised by just how much your cat understands and how much they value your bond. A final word on feline forgiveness. Living with a cat is an adventure, full of joy, laughter, and the occasional moment of utter exasperation. But amidst the chaos, there's an undeniable bond that forms between humans and their feline companions. It's a bond built on trust, respect, and a shared understanding that sometimes even the most well-intentioned creatures make mistakes. So embrace the ups and downs, forgive the occasional mishap, and cherish the moments of purring contentment. After all, that's what it means to share your life with a cat.